Hi guys, Franz here, welcome back to another episode of Knights & Dragons. So from this week on, and the first video that actually was more edited is already here, was The Sims, that came out, I believe yesterday. It's like, you pre-record these videos and you don't know when you're going to get them out, so by the time this video will come out, it's hopefully Monday. It hopefully is, because The Sims came out on Sunday. I got two questions for you guys. You guys have already read the title, and the two questions are, one is related to this video, the other one isn't, so let's get the unrelated question first. One, when do you guys want to see different videos? Do you guys want to see that in weekends, or is there a specific day? Because then in the midweek you can say like, hey, I'm going to watch Farazi on Knights & Dragons, and in the weekends you're like, hey, he posted a random video or a Sims video or whatever, and then I can watch that, And should it just have a schedule, or should it just be like same time every day a possibility of a video? Because that's what I've been doing as of lately. I've been doing it around the same time every day, but not literally every day, but you can expect a video from me every day around the same time. But it's not really guaranteed that it's every day, because as of lately the videos have been slacking hard. Anyway, next question is for you guys itself, as well as the people that don't play Knights & Dragons anymore. Are you retired, or are you going to retire? And if you are retired, or if you're going to retire, why are you going to retire from Knights & Dragons? You can already read the title, Knights & Dragons is dying. And I'm going to talk about this excessively in this video, because I've been saying it, that Knights & Dragons hasn't been what it was anymore, but I haven't really made a video about it excessively, about this specific subject. I have called out Deka games on it, I have called out others on this, but it's not like I've called out the game itself and actually tried to come with solutions and try to actually give a situation recap on how everything is going. Because I feel like I haven't done that. I haven't done anything on it. I've just been saying the game is dying and blah blah blah. So the 4 questions that I'm going to be replying to with my own opinion, of course. So you guys can also leave your own shit in the comments down below, and with that I mean like your own view on it and your own stuff. The 2 questions that I just mentioned are for the video, just questions of the video. But if you feel like commenting about one of the statements I make or one of the comments I make, you can do that quite easily. Just make sure that it stays polite. Because I've already had a couple discussions with people when they're actually calling you out on something, instead of just trying to discuss it with you. They're calling you out, calling you names, calling you idiot, calling you dumb fuck, whatever, even calling me autistic. And I personally really don't care, but it's like, try to have a polite discussion with me instead of go full retard and just do some random shit. Okay, but the 4 questions. So here they are. How did it happen? So with that I mean, how did the dying of the game happen? Because we all know the game is dying. We see a lot of people retire each day. Of course, there's new people coming back, but I don't think that like people keep playing this game after a while. And how bad is it? How bad is this shit actually? How bad is the game dying? I guess you can say. It's just a question like, how bad is it? It's not like I can really give out a proper explanation for this question. It's like, just how bad is it? The 3rd question is, what can we do about it? That's going to be a long one for me pretty much. And the last one is Knights & Dragons going to end? And that's going to be a tough question to answer, honestly. All these questions are tough to answer, really. And let's start with the first question, shall we? So yeah, the first question, how did it happen? And yeah, you can see on the background that it's just like the question itself. Excuse the background noise, that was my phone ringing. Apparently I need to get that away from here, otherwise the background noise will keep continuing. There we go. Sorry, but how did this happen? Well, we all know that Knights & Dragons had its prime when epics were still up to date. And the thing where epics were still the shit. I mean literally the shit, the best thing in the game. When Moontide came out, when Guild came around, when Guild Wars were there. And after a while of Guild Wars, we also got raids. And raids are the last, in my opinion, of course, the best last thing that happened in Knights of Dragons. Because after that Dragonforge came, I don't see Dragonforge as a necessary thing, because we already had epics, and Dragonforge were honestly quite nice, but then they decided to add Shadowforged, and I want to go over this slowly. So Dragonforge came out, and the game was at its peak then, and after that, it just kind of they started stalling things. You know, they started doing the same thing over and over again, because ever since we started wars, you know, we had a war every weekend, and then raids came, and then it was raid, war, and it has been that for the past 4 years, I believe. And it's like, personally, I would like some new events, you know, because I haven't had a new event in 4 years, you know. Ever since raid came out, loved it, but now it's kind of like, we want something new, a new type of event, a brand new type of event with... I honestly, I have no idea for an event. If you guys have anything on an event, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear you guys, your ideas. But it's like, I'm trying to figure this out myself too, as we speak. Because I came prepared with a small note on what I want to put in this video. And I'm like, meh, you know, I also need to give out my arguments. But... so when it happened was, I believe, when they started stalling, and that was when Dragonforged and Shadowforged, somewhere in between that line, people started quitting already. And after Shadowforged came out, you know, there was like a top rate of people coming in, and after Shadowforged came out, and they just kept pushing the Shadowforged down the line, it started to go downhill after that quite fast, because people didn't see any more progress in the game. With that I mean Gree decided to just say, Shadowforged is one of the last thing that you guys will see. That's about all that you guys will see from us. And honestly, I can't really put myself into their shoes in terms of their reasonings for doing that, because honestly, as a company, you should keep trying to get new things. You know, they haven't implemented anything new since patch. I mean, they have had some quite good updates in terms of updating or automatically putting in some things, you know, automizing some things, but that's about it. The thing is, like, because we don't have anything new, we was like stuck with our own things, you know. Even the top runs have their own stuff nowadays. They have their own categories. I mean, like, how do you say this properly? They have their own, I don't want to say categories again, but I want to say, like Battle of the Sexes, for example, men versus females. It's lovely that they actually did that, but it's like, it's something that they had to implement on their own, not something that the game itself could do. And honestly, meh, I just want to see some more variety in events, you know, because it's raid, war, raid. If there was another event, you know, they could do 3 types of events every damn month, you know, and then, or maybe 4 events if they have more ideas. Because other games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, they are, especially Clash of Clans is about as old as Knights of Dragons. I mean, the Clash of Clans is older, I believe. But Clash of Clans is still thriving because they keep updating stuff, they keep planning new things. And this is just basically try to get as many armors as you can by spending as many money as you can. That's about it. And you can still play Clash of Clans free to play and become a good player. And you can do that too, but it's in this game it's quite hard. So yeah, my best guess is that after Shadowforge it all started to go downhill. And as of now it's 2018, like it's 2 years ago since Shadowforge came out, I believe. Not entirely sure, because I'm not really doing my homework when I do these videos. But how bad is it today? It's really, really fucking bad, honestly. I mean, they have 4 servers. They are still making money from those 4 servers as fuck. They are still making so much money from this. It's not even fucking normal. It's not healthy. And I think it's much less than they used to, actually. although this raid that's currently going on, because I'm actually recording this on Sunday and it'll come out on Monday. But apart from this raid, you know, sometimes you have an event that people just say like, hey, let's keep spending money, you know, and then they get some more money, of course. And that's basically it, you know, and the competition is getting less and less, because I see so many people retiring each day. And some are even my own, some are my friends and stuff like that. And it's really bad. Like the dying of the game, or the game as it is right now, is really getting worse, because there's just so many guilds closing down, so many people retiring, so many people taking a break, so many people just going away. And people don't want to spend money on this game anymore, because they feel like, you know, you just you need to keep spending money on this game. And that's a small problem for this, of course. But also, if you are kind of lacking on Shadowforged, you know, they aren't really giving you too much options in terms of getting Shadowforged quickly. You know, heroic mode is a quite good one. You know, that's actually the best thing to get Shadowforged from. But otherwise, you'll need to get top 40 every while, you know, and that actually costs gems already for a free Shadowforged, you know, and stuff like that. You know, they aren't really giving out too many options to give Shadowforged, you know, and there's like 18 seasons already of Shadowforged, and season 1 is available in raids, season 2 and season 3 and season 4 are available in the leaderboard stuff, the leaderboard awards from raid and war, and maybe season 5 too, not entirely sure. But they need to make sure that all of these seasons will be available, even though because if we are at like season 32, then season 1 should still be available somehow, you know, so we can still fuse and stuff. And that's a kind of a problem, because as of now I don't really see how they are going to implement that. You know, if we are at season 32, how are you going to implement season 1 materials in this? Because I believe that would be top 1000 or something. But I would love, because my goal is top 250, and if I have to get top 1000 to just get 1 dragon coin, then I would just put some more dragon coins, some more shade essences in milestones, honestly. Ow, for fuck's sake. Sorry, I just stopped my hands against my computer. But like, I would just do that, honestly, for Shadowforged materials personally. And like, to answer this question properly, I would say it's really fucking bad, honestly. It's really fucking bad to, like, people are retiring each day. Some are jammers, some aren't, but the bigger jammers are going too. And the Terrible Bones family is going out too soon. And that's an entire family that you're just, like, saying goodbye to. And the Terrible Bones family has been a wonderful family. They are indie, as they label themselves, and yeah, they are going to quit soon, or at least Tom is closing the doors on the Terrible Bones. The leader of the Terrible Bones family is named Tom, so yeah, and I'm quite wondering on where those people are actually going. But aside from that, you know, that's another couple people going away. That's another 2 guilds closing down, and you can just see how bad it is, because people don't want to spend more money on this game. Because all that there is greed from Deka Games as well as greed. Because honestly, Deka Games, I'm not saying that they are doing better than Gree, because Gree has been neglecting their game. They haven't touched this game in about, ever since Shadowforged came out. They haven't touched this game anymore. It just feels like, you know, I mean, sets came out, pets came out, of course, the jewelry, everything came out in between that too. But I just don't feel like that they really have touched this game ever since Shadowforged came out anymore. It just feels like they have had the designers working on the Shadowforged so much, but for the rest, don't feel like they're putting themselves around the conference table and saying like, hey, should we implement something new? Because I honestly am still waiting for a new adventure mode to begin, you know? For a new villain, because the Dark Prince is kind of, I don't know, he's been raped by me for about 1 million times by now after 5 years. And it's just getting stale, you know? And I just want a villain that's much more threatening than the Dark Prince who calls people out and calls people idiots and blah blah blah, you know? I want a more threatening villain, honestly, instead of the Dark Prince. But that's just me, of course, for that stuff. What can we do about it? That's a question. We're already going into the tougher questions. What can we do about the game dying? Personally, I would say nothing. I honestly, there's things you can do about games dying. What Gree did with Deka Games was a last resort. You know, because honestly, if Deka Games doesn't start getting this game back up to where it was, you know, or actually stop this game from dying, then honestly, I would say that the Knights of Dragons is about to end, honestly. I mean, even this is what I do my channel on, by the way. This is Knights of Dragons. You know, I've been doing this for 5 years, and now I've been channeling this for about 2 years. You know, my channel has been based around Knights of Dragons, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. But I want to expand right now because I feel like Knights of Dragons is dying. And honestly, there's not much content that I can make on this anyway, besides chest openings and recaps. Because there's no more content to give you guys. You know, if there's an update, I can easily tell you guys, like, hey, there's a new update and let's get over it. You know, let's actually just make a recap about that update. You know, and that's lovely. And if you get some new content, then I can make some more videos about that. But there's no new content, so no new videos to make. And I'm stuck with not knowing what to do. You know, but personally, like I already said, what can we do about it? I honestly don't think that we can do anything about it as a community, but I believe that Deka Games should not only try to communicate with their community, but also with the YouTubers, because honestly, I'm at 2,500 subscribers, or almost 2,600. I don't know anymore. I'm not reading my subscriber count that much, but like, I want Deka Games or Gree to reach out to me and, like, just give me a voice, you know? Because I feel like that I can, if I have a voice, because I'm the second biggest, and I'm the actual biggest Android Knights of Dragons channel. And I haven't gotten a thing from Gree. Not 1 single cent. I made all these bucks myself, thanks to Knights of Dragons and thanks to you guys, of course, but I haven't gotten any single reply from Gree, even though I know I make a variety of content, meaning like sometimes I praise them, sometimes I hate them, but it's like, as a content creator, you need to be honest with your subscribers. And I don't really call myself a content creator, but more as a fucking idiot, a lunatic. But like, what I want to see is that Gree or Deka Games, whoever the fuck wants to reach out to me, one of those two companies that just reaches out to me and said, hey, can we work together? You know, I don't want any gems. I just want a voice and tell, like, I just want to ask you guys, what do you want? You know, then we'll make a big poll or a big vote out of it, or whatever you guys want to do. And then I'll get that back to Deka Games and show them, like, hey, I have some ideas right here. You know, because I honestly don't know what Deka Games is working on right now. I mean, are they fixing the glitches? Because this raid has been quite annoying for me, because you get these milestones right after you, or not exactly right after you actually got them in the raid. You know, right after you got those points, right after you see them show up. What you do get though is once you click the X button in to close the raid, is then you get them, and that's so fucking annoying because you get all the milestones separately. Every single fusion stone is, or every single little thing that you get from those milestones, you get them separately, and that's so annoying, especially if you have like 50 million. And once you click X, you get all those things behind back to back. You know, that's absolutely annoying, honestly. And I would have just had it some other way, you know. I want this game to become better again, but first of all, fix these raid glitches, honestly. Fix these glitches first and move on. But it has to be done somewhat faster, because it just feels like to me that Deka Games is just like, oh look, the money is growing, you know, or the money is going, the money is flowing, whatever you want to call it, the money is coming in, the money is pouring in, and that's the only thing they care about, honestly. It just feels like that to me, that they're just sitting down with their feet on the table, like, hey, just take a damn look. That's all the money that's going in this weekend, and next weekend it'll be even more. You know, it just feels like to me that that's all they are looking at right now. Instead, I want them to fix these glitches, you know, because, man, it's annoying, honestly. Some of these glitches really are annoying. And I also want to see other stuff, honestly, for Knights and Dragons, because it just feels like to me that it just, Knights and Dragons needs new stuff to keep driving, you know. It's like every other game, because after level 100 there's nothing to do. You can get to level 175 to get all those armor slots for free, but that's it, you know. And honestly, I don't see how we can do anything about it as a community if we don't stand up against Guri and Deka. We are doing that, but it feels more like whining than actually standing up, because every time we do get a raid or something, they are whining about changing the elements. So it's kind of both ways, you know. I mean, it feels like Deka Games and Guri are lazy, but it also feels like that the community is whining, honestly. And it's so, like I said, it's just both ways, and it's annoying for me to just to actually see that. And yeah, of course, we are not in charge of this game, but we can at least have a saying, and that's what Guri actually is, or Guri or Deka Games is actually giving us as of lately. They are actually giving us a small voice, you know, in giving us a hand to in what is happening and stuff like that. And I actually love that, but it's just like, it feels like they are communicating, but it's just one-sided, you know, that they are like, hey, we know about this, we're trying to fix this, and that's about it. You know, that they are actually just talking to us, but we can't talk back to them. And the last fucking question: is Knights and Dragons going to end? Personally, like I said, this is the hardest question to actually answer, you know, because I really don't want to answer this with a yes, but I feel like it actually is dying so badly that it's about to end. I'm not giving a time lapse on like in 6 months this game is gone. I did that in January, actually. I said that to one of my members, like, this, if this goes on like this, in December it's ending. You know, it'll be gone before December 2018. That's literally what I said to one of my members after they asked me, like, hey, do you feel like Knights and Dragons will still be up? Or do you feel like Knights and Dragons is dying? Well, I don't know what the question specifically was, but I feel like that if this game continues like this, you know, and keep losing this amount of members, it's going really slow, you know, but they are actually losing players. And I still don't see the use of 4 servers, by the way. I still don't see that. And honestly, what they should have done is just made 2 servers, and that's about it. Because you're losing more money, and you're losing so many fucking... You're actually losing people, you know. And my people... I can't play with my European friends anymore. Because... meh. They just get a European account. So I need to go to EU for that. And iOS is the exact same thing. And yeah, so is Knights and Dragons going to end? I would say, if this goes on, yeah, it is. That's my personal opinion, of course. You guys can vote in the comments down below, or do whatever you want in the comments down below. If I made a statement that you're not, like, fond of, just tell me in the comments down below. Just please be fucking polite for once. That's all I ask for. Just be polite. But the thing is, you know, we have to do our own stuff to keep this game interesting. And that's not something that I want to do. I want to actually have the people from the developers, or whoever the fuck is in charge, you know, I want the developers at least to give me new content so I can bring that to you guys and actually have some more videos up. Because 1 video a week, and it's always a recap. And sometimes it's a chest opening, sometimes it's something else, you know. I'm glad I'm back on EU too. But it just feels like it's just not that it just feels like 1 video a week is nothing. It just feels like nothing to me. And I want to give you guys more content, but there's no more content than I can give you. As much as there's no events anymore. I need to make up my own events. Same goes for you guys, to actually make sure that the game is still fun. You know, we are doing stuff through Line. You know, they should update the gold stuff. They should update a lot more things. They should update a lot more things than I just said, but it just feels like that Deka Games is starting to do the same thing as Guri, starting to neglect the game as well as the community. The community and Greedy have never really interacted with each other specifically, and DK Games and the community actually do. But it just feels like to me that this game is going so fast, so downhill so fast, it's unstoppable, you know, and I honestly don't want this game to end because I love this game. Been playing this for 5 years, but I am forced to expand because I don't want my channel to die out, which it will eventually, because there's also other YouTubers that play this game and keep playing this game only, and if you do that and instead of expanding, then eventually your channel will die out because you'll have to figure out some new games, and once you have those new games you are already losing subscribers and blah 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 and stuff like that, you know. I specifically for myself, I also don't want to die out because I love this game, but I also love my channel and I want to keep this going. But guys, let me know your opinions, let me know everything, what you guys think in the comments down below, and I hope to see you all again next time.